Hey guys, so as you've probably seen by my previous videos, that we're getting ready to move to a different, bigger house. Now, we don't know where we're moving to yet, but we are getting ready to put this house on the market, and hopefully there should be a sign out in the front yard by next week. Hopefully by this weekend, but at the latest next week. So, I'm taking a lot of stuff with me. One of them is this Sears ceiling fan here that is part of my collection, and I'm going to be replacing it with a Heritage ceiling fan. It's the one that you probably saw in one of my other videos. It looks like this is what the housing looks like, and it's got the stencil blades. I don't want to take the camera down because it took me like a half an hour to get it propped up there. Anyway, I'm going to take down this Sears ceiling fan and put up the Heritage ceiling fan. So the first thing, I'm just gonna basically do a whole vlog type of thing. So I'm gonna shut off the fan first, and you can see it start to slow down. I'll help it out. Alright, and next I'm gonna remove the light bulb. Set that aside, and the Tiffany globe will also be removed. This just helps for transportation. Plus, I want to wrap this thing in some tissue paper so that it doesn't get broken or cracked or anything on its way into storage. All right, so now I'm gonna just for purposes to make it more easier for me to take it down, I'm going to take off this pull-chain extension off the light kit. And that'll just make it easier because I don't want to have that thing dangling around my face. Alright. So, now I'm going to go ahead and, well, I need a screwdriver, so one moment. Alright, so I just realized I'd packed my screwdrivers away, so I went to go get some more, and here they are. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the blades from the flywheel. I'm not going to remove them from the blade arms, just because it's really hard to get those things lined up. And I find it easier to get the blade arms lined up through the flywheel, which some people might disagree with that, but I just want to, just going to remove these blades here, and this will make it a lot easier to transport this fan into storage. Hopefully I'll get to hang this fan up someplace, wherever we may move to, because I really do like this fan. It's very quiet, very powerful, good runner. Okay, so that's blade number 1. And I want to let you watch the rest of the blade removal. I'll skip past that. Well, here it is with 2 blades on. And just for fun, let's turn it on and see what it does. Don't know what that noise was. Oh, it's really moving a lot of air with 2 blades on. It looks pretty cool. It looks almost like an antique fan with only 2 blades. Some kind of antique, some kind of really strange antique. Alright, shut it off once more. And I'll go ahead and finish removing the other 2 blades. Alright, I got the other 2 blades off of it, and now it's ready to be removed from, the motor is ready to be removed from the ceiling. So I'm going to stick it up here and remove the 2 canopy nuts holding the canopy in place. And there's 1. 2. Okay. Try not to lose these. Alright. Now I'll just lower the canopy, and you can see my mess of wires up here. So I got red. Red is the light. Black is hot for the fan. White is neutral, and green is ground. Okay, so I'm going to undo my wires. And I'll reuse these wire nuts. Okay. I do remember that installing this. It was a pretty tight fit up there. Okay, so now with the wires undone, I can lift the fan motor up and off the double claw hook. Beautiful. Okay, well now that the fan motor's down, we can go ahead and remove the mounting bracket. But before I do that, I want to really quickly put the nuts from the canopy back on, because I don't want to lose those. Perfect. Okay. And now to unscrew the mounting bracket from the electrical box. Just 2 simple screws. Screw. All right. And now the old fan is down. Okay, so to mount the new fan, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten out the wires a little bit. We got neutral here, light, fan, and ground. So just going to straighten those out a little bit. And then, this is the mounting bracket for the new fan. And I'm going to slip them through that hole, slip the wires right through that middle hole there. And this is kind of hard, because they're all bent up from all my installs that I've done in here. Okay. Alright. Just let that hang there while I get the screws. Okay, and then 2 screws for up in the electrical box to mount the fan bracket. 2. These are the same screws, I'm just reusing them. Just cross the threads of this one a little bit accidentally. No big deal though. I think this goes in the outside hole. Yep, fits. Okay, screwdriver. Just tighten those up. It's a little off center, but that's okay. This fan was kind of installed a little bit off center anyway. The box was installed off center. At least it'll cover up this with all the various canopies I've had up here. How's that not tight yet? Get these out of the way. Okay, there. And now, I'll get the fan motor. This is the fan motor for the fan that I'm installing. I'm just going to simply hook it in there, to the little hook in there, let it drop. And now, my wire nuts, and I'll wire up the colors. So it goes bare to green. Hold on a second, get my other wire nut for the ground. Okay, so bare to green. Perfect. And white to white. That's the neutral. And blue to red is the hot for the light. And finally black to black, which is the hot for the fan. Alright, okay, now I'm just going to tuck these wires out of the way, get my screws. Okay, so I've got one big screw that holds onto this side and two small screws that hold onto the other side. So I'm going to carefully raise this up to the ceiling and holding it in place. Perfect. Now I'm just going to tuck these wires out of the way so they aren't seen. Back inside of there would be nice. Making sure that they're not rubbing on top of the motor, because that would cause a lot of noise. Even more noise than this fan makes by itself. Okay, perfect. Okay, now the other screw. And yeah, okay, and now the big screw. Get my screwdriver because I'm going to need it. Not lined up. Well, it's lined up. Yep, there it is. Okay, see, how's the camera doing on time? 12 minutes, okay. Let's see if it works, test it. That must be for the light. There it is. Okay. You can hear how noisy this motor is. This is why I'm getting rid of this fan. Okay. Now the motor housing can go on. Just going to get a couple screws. And this just simply slips on here. 2 screws on one side. 2 more on the other side. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have that awesome key lock feature that I love so much. I have to get these locking washers on these screws because they're so irritating. Okay, and this is really hard because it's just really hard to get up here in this tight space. I think that's in there. Oh, no, it's not in there, okay. I'm going to struggle for a little while with this, so try the other side here. Okay, there. And that one I dropped. Okay. A screwdriver. Okay, well, that's basically it. I just gotta put the other 2 screws in, but I won't make you see that. Okay, I got the motor housing secured. Now it's time to attach the blades. So very simple. 2 screws go to the blade arm. And just go on like this. And line up the other hole. In order to get my other screw in there. And of course, ignore that. That's my mom. Okay. Blade number 1's been installed. And now blade number 2. Oh, and there goes a screw. I'll get that in a minute. So now I just gotta add that other screw I dropped, but that's basically it. That's how you install the blades. I'll install the other 2 blades and then I'll show you the rest. Well, I got all the blades installed and now it's time to install the light bulb. And the globe I'm gonna put on, but first I gotta loosen up all these screws on the outside of the light kit fitter. It's really tightened up all the way for some reason. Now let me stand up. Okay. And now the globe. That I'm using, and hang on 1 second. This is the globe that's a little bit broken. Oh, whatever, I'll fix that later. Anyways, this is the globe I'm using. Hopefully it'll look okay. Screw it in. Okay, and there it is. Now it's time for a test. The light works. Let's try the fan. Surprisingly, it does not wobble at all. Made sure to tighten up those screws pretty tight. So it is blowing some air though, so medium speed. Okay, low speed. All right, well there you go. Let's see, light dim there. Okay, well thanks for watching. That's the installation of, or the removal of the Sears ceiling fan, the installation of the Heritage ceiling fan. Thanks for watching, and the next time you see that old Sears fan, it will be in a new home, hopefully. So thanks for watching, and have a great night.